What's up guys, sharkeatyellow here again. As you guys can see here, I have my Evilswarm decklist profile for the TCG. Now I'm going to emphasize the word TCG because as you guys can see here, there's no Surceon in this deck. Reason being because we're not going to get Surceon anytime soon. We're probably going to get him in the next set, hopefully as an import. He's probably going to be secret, he's probably going to be expensive as hell, and he's going to make me so sad because I really want to play this deck. I did buy 2 boxes of hit in Arsenal 7, so I should be able to get most of the cards, if not all of them. If I don't, of course, I'll just buy the rest, the random cards that I need here and there. But this is the way I'm going to be playing it for this format. Like I said, I'm going to be playing it like this until Surceon comes out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this deck list profile. And like I said, Surceon has not came out in the TCG yet. Only these cards have. Only every Evilswarm has came out except Surceon, which makes me so sad because I know he's gonna be a secret somewhere. Son of a bitch, damn Konami. So anyway, let's get started with the decklist profile. I'm gonna explain the reasons why I chose several cards and stuff like that. So let's get into the decklist profile. So we start off with 3 Heliotropes, 3 Casters, 3 Thunderbirds, 3 Salamandrite, which I'll come back to this guy later, 2 Torgods of the Underworld, and last but not least, 2 Rabbits. Now for the spells, we have 1 Aloric Darkness, 1 Heavy Storm, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Dark Hole. We also have 2 Polydualities, 3 Infestation Pandemics, 2 Forbidden Dress, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Compulsory Activation Device, 2 Torrential Tributes, 2 Bottomless Trap Holes, and now for the Solemn Duos, we have Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment, and I just did it backwards. So I'm going to skip these 2 cards right now and come back to those later. We have 2 Ophions because since we don't have Surceon, you don't need to play more than 2. You could if you want to, but 2 is good enough. Play 3 when Surceon comes out. 1 Bahamut, 1 Ouroboros, 1 Excalibur, 1 Master, Shockmaster, 1 Emerald, 1 Maestroke, 1 Cowboy, 1 Black Ship of Corn, 1 Pearl, Doka, Logia, Leviathan, my bad, and wind up Zen mains. So how does the deck work without Surceon? It works exactly the same way, except you don't have that extra push with Surceon. You don't have that extra backup with Surceon, because with Surceon, you had that ability where, let's say, for example, they had a monster on the field that can run over this guy, or you just run out of materials of this guy. They use Tempo, and you just run out of materials, so his effect is essentially dead. You can use cards like Infestation, Infection, where you can just shuffle back this guy into your extra deck and just search out or Surceon and just recycle them. Recycle the loop. Just make a loop and recycle them over and over and over and over and over. So that's what Surceon mainly did for the deck. It gave you the ability to go into bigger pushes, and if they start pushing you and they start screwing you over, you can just normal summon Surceon and just go off from there. This deck doesn't do that as well because you don't have those cards to actually do that. In place of Surceon, I have Salamandrite, and what Salamandrite does is that he's a dark level 4 with 1850 attack and 950 defense. And what he does is that up to twice per turn, you can banish 1 monster from your graveyard. This card gains 300 attack until your opponent's next end phase. Essentially, this guy can run over anything. This guy just becomes a beast, and I mean a beast. He can become 2450 really, really, really easily. Just banish 2 cards. A 2450 monster that can just essentially run over most monsters in the game. So this guy is just really good. The only problem is he doesn't give you that ability to go, heavy aggro push where you can just summon Surceon and go into any of your seeds at will. But of course, this guy can, he can still play on his own. He can still work on his own. So this guy is really good. He's also a dinosaur. So if you get 2 out on the field, you can get an easy Doka and Logia, which you are probably going to do most of the time. So easy Doka and Logia with this guy. Now, Tour Guide of the Underworld. Usually I won't play Tour Guide in Evilswarm deck because, of course, you had Cerceon. But since Cerceon doesn't exist yet, Tour Guide is also a viable option, so you can go Tour Guide into Tour Guide. Of course, Sangan is banned, and I really don't want to run Night Assailant because I really don't like Night Assailant. But Tour Guide into Tour Guide, you go into Leviathan Dragon, and let's say, for example, you have a monster banished by using this guy's effect. You can just use that Leviathan Dragon, just re-special summon the monster, and then you can overlay these two, or something crazy like that, and go into really crazy plays like that. So that's a good thing about that. You can also go Tour Guide into Zen mains, stuff like that. It helps you mill out your deck really easily. And if you're really afraid of drawing both of these cards, which will happen, and it's Yu-Gi-Ohs, then you can play cards like Pot of Avarice. I would play Pot of Avarice in this deck, but I really don't want to because it's 41 already, so I have to eliminate one of these cards. If you guys know what cards to eliminate so I can add in Pot of Avarice, then tell me down below. But yeah, stuff like that. So everything else is pretty self-explanatory. The main card that you're going to be focusing on is using this guy, Thunderbird, which what he does is that during either player's turn, when a card or card effect is activated, except during damage step, you can banish this card. You control. During your next standby phase, return this banished card by his effect. If you do, he gains 300 attack. You can only use the effect of Thunderbird once per turn. So this guy is what you're mainly going to be using to help your deck. Mainly going to be using to go into your Ouroboros, your Ophion, and your Bahamut plays. So you need to protect Thunderbird. Since, like I said, you don't have Cerceon to back you up, you need to protect Thunderbird, and that's what you're mainly going to go into, and that's what your ace monster is going to be, and that's how you're going to go into your exceeds. So, like I said, since Cerceon's not out, you don't have that herp derp aspect. You have to play like a real player. You have to think about what you're doing, see how many back rows they have, analyze what your opponent is playing, stuff like that. So, and that's why I run this card right here, Forbidden Dress. What this card does is that you target one face-up monster until the end phase. That target loses 600 attack, but it cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So, of course, you're not going to be using this card to protect Thunderbird, because Thunderbird can protect himself. But you're going to be using this card to protect Ophion, because Ophion is really, really, really easy to be destroyed by card effects like monster effects, like Bear, Fire Fist Bear. Fire Fist Bear can just wreck Ophion any day of the week. Just search Bear, summon, just search Bear off a Tanky, summon Bear, pop their Tanky, and then pop Ophion. You really can't do you can't do anything about that, That's really gay. It sucks. So playing cards like Forbidden Dress protects you from that. Of course, your monster will lose attack points, but Bear still can't run over it. It can't run over it. So you just gotta protect your monsters. And Forbidden Dress is a really good card to play. You could play Forbidden Lance if you want to, but Forbidden Dress is a way better card in this deck because you already have a Forbidden Lance of Infestation Pandemic. So anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think about this deck. I really freaking love it. I've been playtesting it. Of course, I really want Cerceon, but the deck still works really great if you know what you're doing, if you know what you're playing, if you know what cards to use in different situations. Hopefully, you guys can actually take this deck, give me feedback and stuff like that. And let me just close this out. Skype, damn you, Skype. So anyway, guys, tell me what you guys think about this deck. And until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye.